Hi, can you see me?
Check it out, I'm on a beach.
Hi, can you see me? Can you hear me? We're on MS Teams, but I don't have the app. Do I have to download something?
Now I'm in Bora Bora. Whoa!
Good afternoon, I'm James Cunningham, and this is REMAX Breaking News with today's top stories. In Pennsylvania, the house that was featured in the box office thriller The Silence of the Lambs is up for sale. For $300,000 US, you can live in this charming two-story century home with a pool at 8 Circle Street in Perryopolis Township. The home has its original wood floors and a built-in china cabinet in the dining room. Just do not ask to see the basement. If you want to make an offer, you have to put the lotion on your skin and then put the offer in the basket. You've seen the movie, right? A real estate agent in North Carolina thought that she would be hilarious and unique and make her listing go viral by taking all the pictures of her house with her dressed in a T-Rex costume. Amethyst Albert, an agent in her second year, showed herself throughout the house eating salad, doing yoga poses, and sitting on the toilet while dressed as T-Rex. The end result, the 1,000 people watching this broadcast are probably the most attention this listing has received because it was just really dumb. Did I mention this was in America? A newly licensed Wisconsin agent started a GoFundMe page to kick off his real estate practice, stating that his intention is to dominate my market. He was asking random people to donate or buy him any of the items he had on his real estate wish list. These items include his annual dues, lockboxes and keys, all of his signage, a camera, and a tripod. Jeremy, God bless you, man, but if you think that being an agent's going to get easier once you get that $2,600, dude, real estate's not for you. New details are coming to light behind the somewhat shady dealings behind Donald Trump's acquisition of his Palm Beach resort Mar-a-Lago. The property went up for sale in the early 80s, and apparently when his initial offer of $28 million was rejected, he instead went about purchasing the beach in front of the property and threatened to build a huge hotel, hence blogging Mar-a-Lago's priceless ocean views. This drove down the value, and he was able to buy the property for a lowball offer of $5 million. In other news, President Trump was quoted today at another rally saying, meanwhile, Joe Biden and the Democrats have been, oh boy. This just in. The coronavirus numbers today in British Columbia are, oh, wow, I can't. I just can't, just cut. You know, I think we've heard enough. I think we've heard enough of the evening news and the gloom and the doom, and this is not why we are here at the Activate at Home conference. Am I right? Hang on, let me get rid of this. Hang on. There we go. We are here to network, to learn, to grow, and most importantly, to have fun. And that's where I come in. Hi, my name is James Cunningham. I'm a TV host and a comedian. And you know what? I say it's time for some cocktails and comedy. Cheers, my friends. Now, perhaps you're asking myself, or yourself, where have I seen that dashingly handsome bald man before? Well, believe it or not, I am the third Property Brother. You know who said that? The Property Brothers. Don't believe me, huh? I thought you might not. Roll the clip.
Property Brothers are calling with me. Welcome to Property Brothers again. James Cunningham. You're the lost brother.
I'm the lost brother. I'm the brother that they don't talk about.
You want to go between just family picture?
Come in the middle. You guys can talk. You don't know this. James is our triplet. Three of us. Yeah, the other Property Brother.
Okay.
See, I told you. If you're a fan of the Food Network, you may have also seen me as the host of the hit series Eat Street, where I went around the world seeking out the most daring and delicious street food for 5 seasons in 43 countries around the world.
I'm James Cunningham, and this is Eat Street, where you'll find the most daring and delicious street food around.
First up, we're rocking and rolling into Cleveland for Asian comfort food at the Dim and Then Some truck.
All that and much, much more coming up on Eat Street. We'll talk more about that in a later segment, but for now, let's talk about you. I mean, how have you been enjoying the conference? What a phenomenal event. Now, I know we were supposed to be in Quebec City this year, but we're here instead. I mean, your very own home or office, and we've brought all this incredible content directly to you. And the best part, you don't even have to be wearing pants right now, which is also true for Quebec City. They don't always wear pants there. I'm wearing pants. Okay, I'm not. But we're neither here nor there. We've all developed bad habits during these COVID times, so don't judge. Now, speaking of pants, or more specifically, pantsuits, the big question of the conference is, did the Stone sisters, Tamara and Shannon, did they wear matching white pantsuits today at the virtual conference like they always do at the live conference? Yeah, something to ask, just wondering, just putting it out there. Now, today we heard from such great speakers as Travis Robertson, Benjamin Tall, one of my favorites, and Tina Vargase, just to name a few. We visited the virtual marketplace to check out our exhibitors and our sponsors, and we not only did it all in the new virtual world, but we learned more about how to navigate this world as well. Truly a win-win situation, if you ask me. Now, sure, it's always great to get together in person. Of course, we will again soon. But for now, I think today was an absolute total smash success. In fact, there are so many advantages to doing things virtually. For example, I'm not even in British Columbia right now. I'm broadcasting to you from my office here in Toronto, Ontario, in a home that I purchased, by the way, from my REMAX agent way back in 2007. I think I need to preface this by saying that I love real estate. The house you see now was not like this when I bought it. This house was so bad that it was on the market for 9 months back in 2006, and one of the conditions of the sale was that there couldn't be a home inspection prior to closing. I pride myself in saying that I think I bought one of the very last true crack houses in the downtown core. Hard to come by. I lived in it for 2 years while I saved up for the renovation project, and in the meantime, we pitched a show to HGTV about it. The show went to pilot, but they ended up not buying it because they just bought another show that they were very excited about that featured two twin brothers who fix up and flip houses. It was called The Property Brothers. So you see how it all just comes full circle. But here's the sizzle reel that we shot to sell the show to HGTV. Now keep in mind that this was 10 years ago, so try to look past my awesome soul patch, if you will. Roll it. Hi, I'm James Cunningham, professional comedian. I used to live in a brand new shiny condominium, but I thought, you know what? I want to dive headfirst into the world of home renovations. So I sold my condo and bought an old fixer-upper. Oh, not that one. This is my house. I fell in love with home renovation shows. I figured, how hard could it be? You buy a house, you fix it up. When I first bought the house, I bought a fixer-upper, and I thought I could take it floor by floor, nice and casual, learn some things along the way. I discovered that the plaster is held together with horsehair. You know how hard it is to find horsehair at Home Depot? The chandelier in the living room is probably coursing with electricity, and it's live because I can turn lights on simply by touching them. Then there's the basement, which is great if you're a serial killer. These are the main beams holding up the house here. We've had to reinforce some of these beams temporarily to make sure that there's no structural failure. And check out what we got going right into that beam, an active termite tube. Good times. This entire room is separated from the rest of the house. You can see here from this knob and tube. It's held together with knob and tube wiring. I called the architect.
Yeah, sloping walls. This place just wants to fall off the back of the house.
I called an electrician.
It's illegal. It's not to code anymore, and it's actually quite dangerous. It's got to come down. Rip the house down, start from scratch.
Man. I even had to call my dad.
Your only hope is to tear it down and start from scratch.
So what are you saying? All right, now that we've heard all of the bad news, let me show you some of the good news. This is going to be my new house. And despite being way over my head and not having a real clue of what I'm doing, I think I can do it. Did I mention I'm a comedian? I'm not a contractor. Heh, what could possibly go wrong, right? My testicles are jingling, is that bad? So, every possible problem that a house could have, it had. But at the end of the day, it all worked out. For the Property Brothers, because their show went on to achieve some modest success. Oh. Cocktails. So where are you all from? Now, I know that although this is the Western Canada division, we have folks from across the country. Clap if you're from British Columbia. I can't hear you at all, but you can clap anyway. I love British Columbia, and I very much wish I was there with you live, because doing comedy over a virtual platform is a little bit insane, but I'm having fun. The thing about BC, and I'll say this, being from Toronto, you're wonderful people. I love everyone from the north to like from Prince George all the way down to like Vancouver. I love you all. But when you're from Toronto, it's not that you don't like us, it's that there's a little bit of like, animosity, like you don't tell us the whole story about things. Case in point, I was out at Lake Shuswap once, and my buddy's cottage out there, and we went tubing. Now, I'd never been tubing before, all right? So I'm out there with him and a bunch of his friends from British Columbia at the boat, and I go, what's tubing? I thought tubing is you sit your butt in a tube, you float down a river for a couple hours, great way to spend an afternoon, right? He goes, no, dude, no. We get a boat, we get a rope, we get a tube. We tie the rope to the boat, we tie the rope to the tube. The boat goes, rope goes, tube goes. If your butt is in a tube, it goes too. Now again, clap. Have you ever been tubing before? Anyone? Okay, so you know it's loads of fun. It's loads of fun if you're watching from the boat. It's the most fun you can possibly have, watching the loser from Toronto skip across a lake at Mach 4, getting the hugest unwanted end of his entire life. Like, just, it was not great. And I'm no master of physics, but there's this point where the boat turns and the tube whips around and almost passes the boat. So for this awkward moment, you're in this tube zipping along and you're looking over and you're making eye contact with the people in the boat. And it's really awkward because all you can think is, how am I towing you? And that's when you hit the dock. And oh, so much fun. It's just so much fun. Alberta, who's from Alberta, same thing, Western Canada. Not that you don't like us from Toronto, but just it's a different that you don't tell us all the information. I was at the Jasper Park Lodge doing a show, and Jasper Park Lodge, there's the main lodge, and then there's all of your little villas off all of the property. And I'm doing my show, walking to the show, right, from my little villa, and I'm seeing these signs everywhere that says, caution, elk rutting season. I'm from Toronto. I see a sign that says, ruts, I think road work, right? So I asked them, I said, hey, what does that mean, elk rutting season? What's that about? And they just said, well, you'll find out. So, okay, did the show, walking back to my villa, to my little thing there, and in the dark, on the phone, I feel this warm breath on the back of my neck. Turn around, it's a massive bull elk. And what he'd done is he had collected his harem, okay, so his 4 or 5 females on the front lawn of my villa. And I don't know if you know this, but what they do, the elk, the majestic creatures, is they spend all night rutting with all of the, females on the front lawn. And the sound of the male bull elk, I don't know if I can, because I think I have a sound. Hang on, ready? Here we go. Okay, ready? Oh, just so soothing and calming when you're trying to sleep. And I'm terrified. I'm in, my bed. I'm freaking out. I'm just like I got the sheets pulled up like this, and I'm freaking out. So many questions. Number 1, what's going on? Number 2, when's it going to end? Number 3, am I next? These questions going on. But then I thought about it. I thought, hang on a second. You know what? This guy, he mates once a year with 5 or 6 females on the front lawn. If I mated on the front lawn with 5 or 6 females once a year, I'd make that noise too. Wouldn't you? Just let everyone know. Tonight's the night. James is rutting. Alberta, if you're from Alberta, home to one of my favorite airlines, WestJet. I love WestJet. I fly a lot as a comedian, so WestJet, Air Canada, my 2 options. Air Canada's great, don't get me wrong. A little more shishi right? Air Canada, you get on the Air Canada flight, you sit down, you're like, oh my gosh, a little drink, get your, sit down. But the captain comes on the Air Canada flight, and don't you find he's just a little bit too cool for school? Like he's got way too many cool things going on to talk to us losers in the back, don't you find? Like he clicks on, he's like, this is the captain speaking. We are just preparing for takeoff. We're going to be flying to Halifax, Nova Scotia. If you have any questions or concerns, please ask our highly trained flight staff. They will help you out. I just want you to know, I am not wearing pants. And you're like, okay, whatever, right? WestJet, completely different. Oh my gosh, like WestJet, you check your bags, get on the flight, you sit down in the seat on the plane, you tie your rope up, it's great. She comes by with a staple gun, she staples you in, pa-ching, pa-ching, pa-ching. You're safe now, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And the WestJet pilots, oh, they come on. Completely different attitude. He just like, oh, this is Captain Bob, woo! Today we're going to be flying to, hang on, where are we going today? Who brought the map? Did you bring the, no, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Folks, we're going to be taking off soon. We're third in line for takeoff. I'm thinking, hell, you know what? We got time for Tim Horton drive-through. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. That's my plane horn. Does the plane even have a horn? I don't even know. Could you imagine that? You're on the plane. You're sitting there. You're like reading your magazine. You're just like you know, so this is what the hell is that sound? What are we gonna hit? You know, like. So, Saskatchewan. Who's from Saskatchewan? You've been. I love Saskatchewan. No word of a lie. True fact. Okay. Our largest Canadian Forces Navy Reserve base, Saskatchewan. Not lying. And I thought it was strange. I've played there. I've been there. Our largest Navy Reserve base in the country, Saskatchewan. Now, that's, initially I thought that was kind of weird because I thought, you know, Navy, I think, you know, water. But no. Then I thought, hang on a second, that's actually genius because if there is ever a war, who will look for that Navy base there? Right? Oh, just like, you know, 9 Newfoundlanders, eh? And the wheat, just sitting there, just like, oh boy, Jesus, eh? Oh, Jesus. There is not a battleship for miles, eh? Oh yeah, buddy. Hey, grab the canoe. I'd about to build a boat, and I'd about to sail, sir. Diddle 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 diddle. That's a portage motion I'm making, which on stage, live is quite hilarious. Newfoundland, I don't know if you have any Newfoundlanders. If you've ever been, Newfoundland, if you have not been, you have to go to Newfoundland. Oh my gosh. Newfoundlanders are the friendliest, happiest people on the face of planet Earth. It's difficult for me as a comedian to go to Newfoundland because everyone, every man, woman, child is hilarious. We were flying into Newfoundland on a Dash 8 plane, and a Dash 8 plane, small plane. My buddy Shama Jumda were flying in, and we hit turbulence. Okay, now I don't know if you've ever experienced turbulence on a Dash 8, like a small plane. It is something to behold. So we're all freaking out. The captain, obviously Newfoundlander, gets on the horn. He's like, oh, geez, folks, just don't mind the turbulence we're having right there, but don't think of it so much as turbulence. That's just God passing wind. That's what he said. That's just God passing wind. That's all that is. And I mean, we were fine. Then I took a cab from the airport to the hotel. Cab driver, wonderful guy, knew the route, didn't even watch the road. He's talking to us the whole time. He's like, oh my Jesus, hey, you're from Toronto. Hey, oh, you're from Toronto. Oh yeah, you had the SARS there a couple years back, eh? Remember the SARS? And I was like, yes, the SARS. I'm like, yes, of course. Who forgets the SARS? We're in COVID now, for sure. And he goes, I had it. And I'm like, you had it? You had SARS? He goes, yes, ma did. Oh, yes. I woke up one day. My neck was sore. My feet were sore. My back was sore. Happy, happy people. We're back with more Cocktails and Comedy. James Cunningham. Thank you for having me out. This is so much fun. I hope you guys are having a great conference and enjoying this. It's funny, if we were live, I could see you and I could size you up. That's what we do as comedians. We kind of like read the room. And I don't know if we have married couples, single folks. I don't know who's out there. But I'll give you a little trick. when you're at a club, you're scoping out the crowd, you can tell how long a relationship has been together by how the female in the relationship says one thing. So, for example, boyfriend, husband, wife, but girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, boom. You can tell exactly how long that relationship has been together by how the woman says one thing. And that thing is, what are you doing? So, for example, you're in a club, you can always tell first date, second date, third date, they're in the front row, he's tickling her. She's like, oh my God, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's playful, First couple weeks, she calls you up at work, hi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? Still playful. First time you're intimate, oh my gosh, it's like, oh, what are you doing? Right? Great, what are you doings? Then you move in together. The what are you doings change instantly. You go to put a piece of furniture down, and she's like, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then what happens is the what are you doings degrade and degrade and degrade until, for example, my parents have been together 47 years. I saw my parents at a Christmas party last year. They were across the room from each other. My mother had a glass of wine, okay? Out of earshot, but just from across the room. My mother made eye contact with my father and just looked at him like this and didn't even have to say anything, just went. My father knew. He was like, what have I done? What have I done? That's love. Thank you for watching, though, and for being here tonight. You could be doing so many other things. Netflix. My parents love Netflix. All they do is binge. Do you ever watch so much Netflix that Netflix is concerned with how much Netflix you're watching? The window pops up, are you still watching? Are you still, are you alive? Are you okay? Did you get a job? Did you call your mother? It's a little odd thing. Speaking of odd, we're going to take a little commercial break now from one of our sponsors, so enjoy.
Well, hey there, everybody. It's me, Tom, from Apple Barn Pumpkin Farms out here in Abbotsford. Now, fall brings together two of my favorite things. Number one, apple picking, and number two, the REMAX Activate at Home Conference. Holy cow, what a great conference so far, huh? How exciting has this been? Our very first virtual event. Now, in many ways, adapting to this pandemic has made it even better, if you ask me, because never before have we been able to bring together so many agents, industry analysts, influencers, and sponsors in one place. With so many people gathered, the number of opportunities to advance our business and our customer experience has just never been better. The chances to collaborate and network are all over this conference. Look, there's one over there. Oh, hey, there's one over there now. You know what? It's like a virtual orchard of emerging opportunities. Now, though we have made it easy and there's lots of low-hanging fruit, it is truly amazing how much more there is when you get on that ladder and really get up here in the tree and really, see what's out there. Now, I know you're probably wondering, one, is he going somewhere with this metaphor? And two, is he up that ladder without a safety harness? Well, the answer to both those is a resounding yes. Now, when you think about apple picking, it's truly amazing. This tree comes to life in early spring, it flowers and spends 6 months of its year growing this tiny piece of fruit. And if you want to pick it and get the fruit at its peak flavor, you have to harvest it in a 2 to 3 week window. Any sooner, it's too tough and sour. Any later, it's too soft and bland. The key is having the experience, the proper tools, and most importantly, the know-how. Knowing when and how to take advantage of the opportunity. Am I right? Now, in the apple orchard of real estate, not only do you have access to the know-how, but REMAX agents will not only lend you their ladder, they'll stand at the bottom and they'll hold it while you go up and pick your fruit. Why, right this very minute, Elton Ash, Regional VP, is standing at the bottom holding this ladder for me. Thanks, Elton. What a nice guy. Then you bake a beautiful pie, you sell it for a higher price, and there's more pie for everyone. Who doesn't want more apple pie? What's that? What's that, Elton? Some tree jokes? What do you think we are here, Roy Anderson? That guy's hilarious. All right, how does a tree get on the internet? They log on. Why do trees love the REMAX conference? Because they're really good at branching out. Why do trees love social media? Because they're so popular. It's the type of tree. Poplar. Come on. We're killing it out here with the squirrels. It's hilarious. Anyway. That is delicious. Absolutely delicious. By the way, Elton, can you sell this place for me at 1.5% commission? Thought I'd try.
As I mentioned before, if you're a fan of the Food Network, I had the honor and pleasure of being the host of a show called Eat Street for 5 seasons, which broadcasts in 43 countries around the world. Little Canadian show. We're very proud of. Had so much fun doing it over those 5 years. I've been to 1,000 food trucks. A lot of fun. If you've never seen this show, don't worry. I do not have a big ego. You cannot have an ego when you're in Canada. Recently, just before the border shut down, I hosted a show in Los Angeles, California, and the keynote speaker was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, great night, fantastic, watching him speak, but wow, very difficult to understand what he's saying. Very eloquent, speaking as the governor of California, the ex-governor, and he was like talking, he's like 1,000 people in suits, all Chamber of Commerce folks. He's like, I want to thank you for coming and talking about the taxation of California and this and it's promoting private business. All you want to see him do is just say, stop, get down, get to the chopper, go. That's all you want to hear him say. But he was late coming in, so I was hosting the event, and he's late coming in, Los Angeles traffic, so I get the stretch sign from the producer. I'm like, okay, so I'm killing time doing some jokes, doing stand-up, and I see him come in, and he's behind me, behind these, these black curtains, getting mic'd up. And so I'm doing my jokes, and all I can hear from behind the curtain is, good, which means he was either laughing or eating a steak. I have no idea. But the point is, this is what it's like being a Canadian celebrity. After the show, he came up to me, and I thought, this is like, he's approaching me. I thought, this is great. Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to talk to me. I'm a celebrity. He's a celebrity. It's going to be fantastic. And he came up to me, and he said, I want to thank you very much for killing the time. You're hilarious. You're a really funny guy. Don't take this the wrong way. But who are you? Who the hell are you? I don't watch this Food Network. So that's what it's like being a Canadian TV host. But we had such a fun time. The one question people always ask me, they say, James, what was the best food truck? How do you spot the best food truck? And I'll let you know a secret right now. You can spot the best food truck by the name of the truck, okay? The name of the truck tells you everything. If it's creative, if it's a pun, if it's funny, odds are the person making the food is passionate about their truck and they love the food. So if it's a funny name, great truck. So for example, here we go. This one is from New York City, Soul Food. Great pun, right? It's Southern Korean barbecue with American comfort food. It's a fusion. Soul Food. Great pun, great truck, great name, great food. This one, Cod Save the Queen. Great truck. Come on, you got to go there. That's fantastic. Want a burrito? Yes, I do want a burrito. That's hilarious. This one's good. You want burgers fast? Hamburgini, for sure. The Trailer Pork Boys. All the pork ones are pretty good. Lard Have Mercy. That was a great truck. Hey, how do you age your pork? Yes, we do. How old's your pork? Oh, it's old. It's Jurassic pork. That's how old it is. Hey, how was your day, guys? Did you make a lot of money? That's not your business. That is not your business. That's true. It's not. All the cheese trucks are hilarious. The grilled cheese, Big Cheese, Cheese Louise, in Miami Beach, Miss Cheesiest. One of my favorite trucks, named by far, this was great. You love this one. Burger She Wrote. Come on. Millennials don't know why that's so funny, but let me tell you, Angela Lansbury solving burger crime. That's a great truck. In New Jersey, French truck, right? You don't like French food? Hey, forget about it. Hey, bada bing, bada boom, forget about it. Hey, someone's gonna have a frickin' accident. One of my favorite trucks was in Austin, Texas. Who does not want a grilled cheese from the Millennium Falcon? Right? Come on, punch it, Chewy. Great truck. This truck is not real, but this one here, not. It was a fan sent this in, but don't go to this one. This is very bad. That's a terrible truck. One of the worst named trucks was in Orange County, California. This is a real truck. Hey, where are you taking the kids for hot dogs? We're going down this new food truck. Oh yeah, what's it called? The Greasy Wiener? No, you're not. Get out of the car, kids. You are not going down the Greasy Wiener. This guy's not even trying. This is just, do not go. Some trucks are bad. This is a bad one. If you sell one thing, spell it right. That's all I'm going to say, right? Breakfast burrito. I love menus. A lot of menus over the years. How do you like your rice stir-fried? How do you want your bacon? I want my bacon topped with bacon. The fried rice, the chicken, $3.70. The real chicken, $6.75. Which begs the question, what did I just eat for $3.70? Marketing, fantastic. I love this guy. Look at this one. Buy one hot dog for the price of two. Receive the second hot dog absolutely free. That is genius. This guy should be a real estate agent. That was brilliant. This guy was great. He was a Greek guy, thick Greek accent, wonderful man, been in business for like 30 years. And his accent showed in his menu. He was like, well, you want the hamburger? You get the sheeps. His son was taking over the business, so he was crossing it. That is chips. That's what I stayed for 30 years, sheeps. You get the hamburger, you get the sheeps. You get the cheeseburger, you get the sheeps. That's what you want. Of course, the customer's always right. And if you're vegetarian, this truck's for you. Oh gosh, vegetarian duck, vegetarian chicken, vegetarian ham. It's all kosher too. This is not a truck, but I love Vietnamese restaurants. The Vietnamese names on restaurants are hilarious. Do you want to go for, hey Snoop Dogg, want to go for some Vietnamese? Faux shizzle. Faux shizzle. Do you want to go for some Vietnamese? Faux sure. Yeah. When you're in Los Angeles, where do you go for good Vietnamese? 90210 pho. Come on. But you guys are foodies, I'm sure. You know, PHO is not actually pronounced pho. It's actually, well, how's it pronounced? How's it? Yes, fa. Yep, you got it. So this one got it right. What the fa? You got it right. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you so very much for having me out to your conference. It's been a pleasure making you laugh, I hope. I don't know. I can't hear you. I hope you're laughing in this new virtual platform. But I've had a lot of fun, and it's been a total blast. Cheers to all my friends out there in the Western Division. And I want you to have a great year. Stay positive and test negative.